So last session, you guys defeated Emperor Argus the Terrible and had a long magic duel with the Secunduses. You cleared out, and the Emperor was defeated. As a reward, each of you got your Obsidian Ignet. Some of you traded around your Obsidian Ignet. And you looted the place, so what was left? You were given the Emperor Shield, or specifically the White Knight Shield. You can see there the abilities that it gives. And while you were doing that and getting ready to rest up in Arcadia, behind a pillar came an enemy some of you already encountered before, the World Destroyer. And as Prince Ferion tried to confront him, he obliterated him with one blow, pulling his molecules apart into the darkness. Upon Prince Ferion's death, something triggered. Another portal opened, and that got you into this Arcadia world, and you got dragged through again, or most of you just didn't resist the dragging through, as it was a good means to escape. You shouted to the other allies that were there to also come through the portal, but they were too late, and as you four went through the portal, it closed behind you, leaving them behind. While you go through the purple and greenish tunnel, you see behind you a sort of explosion. As you see, the creature is following you in the portal. It kind of looks like in that third Thor movie, where Hela was following Thor and Loki into the Bifrost. As he is gaining up upon you, what do you do to try and get away from him? As you are all three are going through the portal. Beauregard, you're first. Or do you even try and get away from him?
I would, if I can slow down myself any to let the others get further away, I will start falling back a little bit.
Alright.
If there's any way to even slow myself down in this.
You could try and do a strength save to try and slow yourself down.
Alright, I'll try that. Just to give him something to focus on to let the others get away. So strength save.
$18 is a somewhat success, not a great success.
I rolled
so
a 2.
You slow down a little bit. Like they're all like each of them goes with like 200 miles per hour away. You go 199 miles. So you see
Okay.
there's like a distance coming in, but
Yeah, and I would have tried to be the last one to go into this whole thing, trying to get everybody to go, and once it pulled me, I would have went, but assuming I would have been the last one anyway. But that's all I'm trying to do is just that if it has to go at somebody, it goes at me.
Alright. Then next, as he is coming closer towards you, Beauregard. Sue, what are you going to do?
Against this?
Mm-hmm.
Good question. So, if I'm getting it right, our order is Borgar's right behind me. I'm between him and Kadelka is between me and Corin.
Yes.
Okay. Is there any wind resistance in this tunnel?
There is no wind. There is only a sort of pull that pulls you upwards in the tunnel.
Okay. Hmm. I don't even know if magic works in here.
Only
But
one way to find out.
yeah, there is only one way to find out. This is too big a spell, though. I can't use that without slamming bow with it. So I'm not going to do that. Can. Am I close enough to get people in a pass without a trace?
I'd say yes, with the exception of Beauregard.
Okay.
But also account that you're in a tunnel that is just a long straight line.
This is true. But it may help someone else. So it's the best buff spell I could think of at the moment. Who knows? It may work out. I'll throw down a pass without a trace.
And then you discover, roll me a d100.
Okay.
In the Demility portal, there is, and roll me a d20, there is wild magic.
20, 17. I swear to God, if I summon a Modron right now.
Secundus comes up. You again.
Hi!
Alright, 30. And then 17. What's that? Oh, there. You add your proficiency bonus to all charisma checks for the next hour if you don't already add it.
Oh, neat. I'm slightly better at talking to people.
Basically, a variant of you in the multiverse. Basically, it was like, is a TV chef. Alright. Kadoka, is there anything you want to do? Either increase your speed to get away from here, or try and help.
That's what I've been trying to think of. Helping in some way. The only spell that I think can maybe help. I can only cast it once. Then I'm out of spell slots, and so I wouldn't be able to. Well, not out of all spell slots, but out of those particular spell slots, level of spell slots, and I don't have any higher ones anymore. So it's so I'd only be able to help myself and one other person. But not even certain if that would actually help. If it would actually do it, and maybe get us a little bit further ahead of whatever this thing is that's chasing us.
Hey Yannick, I'm sorry to interrupt, but this should have probably mattered. I'm still under foresight. I should have rolled that with advantage.
Alright, go ahead.
I'm sorry to interrupt. I just remembered, and maybe me slowing down more could help you guys.
Oh yeah, now you go a lot. Now you go a lot slower. Instead of the 200 miles per hour that everyone else does, you now go 100 miles per hour.
I shoot out like a magical parachute out of my wrist and slow down all Spider-Man style.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, sorry for interrupting, Kadoka.
Do I get the sense that fly would do a damn thing?
I'd say you'd be, if you cast fly, you'd be faster. You can add you can add that 60. I don't know how much 60 feet, how much 6 feet per second reverts to in miles per hour.
I don't want to do that math right now anyway.
It would be faster.
But yeah, okay. So
Alright,
in
you
that
go
case,
according to Google, you go 4 miles per hour faster.
all right, and then, but yeah, there's the conundrum I'm in again. What the same thing? If I upcast it, I still can only get one more person, and that's it because I don't have any higher level spells left to be able to get all of us.
You also saw that something strange happened to Sue's magic when he casted the spell.
Yeah. So anyway, I slice it. The only thing I can do is help out maybe one other person if I cast a spell. That's it. Ah, damn it. Well, fuck it. I'm gonna have some fun with this anyway. So I'm gonna just fuck all that and not worry about it and cast a completely different spell from either of the two that I was considering and just summon Greater Demon and have it and launch it right at the fucking thing.
Get him out of my way.
Exactly. Just let it. Just launch it right at the fucking.
Alright, go ahead and put the demon on the map.
Alrighty. It's casting it right at level, so all I'd be able to do is get one of the Grot's Cambions.
Alright, the Cambion shows up next to Beauregard and also goes towards the creature. Corin, what would you like to do? Or try and...
So we're actively moving, right?
Yes, you're
We're
actively
just going.
being pulled away. You're farthest away from him currently.
Yeah. Oof. Well, this dude, I did watch him. What I believe to understand him just delete a world, a universe. So, I'm just gonna shoot an arrow at his face and see if I can hit him.
We're gonna turn him into dust. Damn.
That does not hit. Or it hits, but it just goes through his body as if he's unaffected.
That's no good. Great. I'm gonna use my bonus action to. I mean, we're just kind of being like pulled through a tunnel, so I don't know if I can do anything. But I'm gonna try and dash in a sense where I'm just gonna start air swimming. You know, like kind of how like you see, to get farther away from him.
Gonna try and go faster. Go ahead.
Oh yeah.
Go ahead and make a strength save.
Off.
You do not go faster. Alright. He comes into contact with the Cambion. And he hits the Cambion, like he flies towards the Cambion. And hits it. And then destroys it in one blow. But a shockwave comes from the blow as it pushes Beauregard aside into the wall of the tunnel. And it's like trying to push you out of the tunnel. Do you want to try and stay in the tunnel, or do you let yourself go through the walls of the tunnel?
Can I, with the way the creature is moving, can I see if like it's focused on me or on us as a group? Because if I go out the tunnel, is it gonna follow me? Because if
it is currently
if I have a feeling...
after it defeated the Cambion, it is now flying towards you.
Okay, well I'm just going to hope I'm its primary target, so I'm gonna flip at the double birds and try to go towards the wall.
Alright. Then you go through the wall as the creature also follows you after the wall, and it disappears from the tunnel. as the tunnel starts
that's
shaking
no
a
good.
bit, as the tunnel starts shaking, you guys bump into different tunnels as you all arrive on a different location again. Corin, you're going to be first. Roll me a d10. 3. Oh lol. It's actually a good thing that you're a rogue.
Great.
It's probably the best case scenario for someone to end up here.
Nice.
I hope this isn't end times with the fucking Tyranids and shit.
I'm blue. I look
Corin, you
like
do the
an
short
alien.
stick.
There, you drop in and you see a long line of people all like being tied up, wrapped up, being carried towards a large skeleton on a golden throne. And then at that point, like these guards here all spot the portal opening behind you and looking at you.
I look
What
like
do
a
you do?
towel.
What do you
This
do?
is so bad.
Yeah.
Uh,
They seem very aggressive.
Baba die.
I'm immediately going to. Oh man, this is so bad.
It's a
I
very large
guess.
facility. There are lots of places to hide.
Yeah, I immediately what I'm gonna do is I'm going to get behind the closest thing I can find to cover, and just hope. And I'm going to immediately just move, like start finding a path, like not just staying in one spot and hiding.
Yes.
But like hiding and trying to get like as far away as I can. I do not want, and I would also like to minor illusion, just like a sound of I don't know. Well, a cannon. The sound of the arcane cannons that I've heard.
Mm-hmm.
I assume that might be close to whatever the heck they're holding. So I'm gonna make that sound appear 30 feet, like completely opposite of me as I'm
Alright.
moving.
Alright, then I'll allow you use your bonus action to hide, and you use this as an action, so I'll allow you to make a stealth check with advantage.
Oh please, God. Oof.
With a 35,
Oh, shit.
you successfully managed to escape the Custodes' sight. They all start looking for you around. It was like the Imperial Palace is at high alert. So they're like, we have a Tau introduction. But how did they get into here? They don't even have a warp pipe that's strong yet. We don't know yet. Maybe you smuggled on to one of the Imperial ships. We need to look for traitors as well and kill all of them if they manage to bring the Tau in.
I'm immediately once I find that that I am succinctly hidden, I'm gonna take my potion of invisibility and I'm going to drink it immediately. After hearing that they're gonna execute some of their own people as well, I'm just gonna be like, these people are insane. I'm gonna drink this potion to turn invisible, and I'm gonna try and stay out of sight. But I am also gonna try and do my subclass namesake, and I'm gonna try and scout around. But I'm doing my best to I'm moving so slowly. I'm not making any noise at all.
Alright, as you go around a little bit as invisible and trying to figure out what's going on here, you see that they are basically all those people they're dragging off that are tied up. They are sacrificing it to that large corpse thing on top of that golden throne, and
They must have some kind of lich up there or something.
And some of them are some of them are very willing, like, my life for the God Emperor! I can only do good. Others are begging to be let go. Others are clearly psychopathic criminals that that they transferred from jail to here. An entire variance of mix, and like the people that are like arranging that, like just are basically acting like they're all livestock.
Oof. Wow, this place is. You know, I've seen some terrible sights, but this is pretty bad. Uh, yeah, Oof. I'm gonna start making my way, whatever seems to be an exit, like out of here. I do not want to be here.
Alright, go ahead and make a perception check. Alright, you find a way out after like many traps and many of those golden warriors. Believe custodians are 8 feet tall or 9 feet, I'm not sure.
Yeah, they're up there. It's something
Yeah.
like that.
As you start avoiding them, and you come outside, and you hoped to see like beautiful sky. No, you see a wreckage of horrible filth and darkness around you, where this is like where it's like where and this doesn't like this planet is death. It's even a miracle that people are even alive here, whereas in like your world, like it's just nature being dangerous. No, here it's humans making a planet completely uninhabitable and the biggest hell they could ever think of, and then somehow figuring out how to still survive here.
Jeez, wow. I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna start like
You like see
obviously
like
this.
large ships above you flying.
Yeah, these people are obviously like incredibly advanced. At the same time, they're like just destroying themselves or their planet in some way. Uh, yeah, I'm gonna. Oh, geez, yeah. Now that I've made it outside, I'm gonna continue uh to just get out of here if I can. Does it look like they're just these custodies, or is there other like soldiers or anything else here?
Outside of here, like on, you see a large large ship with a fist in the middle of it, and you see another ship that, by your reckon, is about 1 kilometer long, and it gets shot out of the air by um, by other ships as it like explodes in a large. And you hear like an announcement: Citizens of Holy Terra, we have had a filthy Xenos attempt at indoctrination and destruction and the corruption of the Holy Palace. But do not fear. The 10,000 and the Imperial Fist and the Imperial Navy have destroyed this threat. You are completely safe, citizens of Holy Terra. And at that point, a portal opens behind you again, as you get dragged in again.
Yeah, it's totally fine. I'd rather go through the portal.
Alright, next up, Kadoka, roll me D10.
Okie doke.
If it's a 3, you have to reroll. That's a reroll.
Yeah, I don't think you summoning demons would go very well for here with all the chaos nonsense.
Oh, I don't know about that. I know that custodians can be very understanding if you talk to them for a bit.
Sure. Welcome to Camelot.
Yep.
Alright, this is where Kadoka shows up. And suddenly, like, as an old woman sees you coming through the portal, and she looks at you. I was like, She has the same type of head as you have, and she has she has glasses, and she's clearly over the age of 80. Good day. How did you appearance in Hogwarts?
uh, um, that's a really good question. Um, the best I can answer is circumstance.
But Hogwarts is protected by this type of magic. You wouldn't be able to just appearance in here. Did you manage to break some of the ancient magics?
Oh, that's
You know, the Ministry would be very angry about something like this. We can keep this a secret, no worries, but I need to know how you do this.
Oh, let's see here. How should I put this? Sometimes when you're traveling through the space between what you understand to be reality and another plane, weird things can happen. And sometimes you wind up in another place that you didn't really intend to. And sometimes those laws don't really care about the magical laws of another place. Circumstance.
Oh, by the way, my name is Hermione. Hermione Granger. What is your name?
Oh, this is wonderful.
80-year-old Hermione Granger.
Oh, so I'm well into the future too. Shit.
Yeah, the Wizard Society doesn't progress. They don't even use bloody pens.
That's fair. Yeah, that's a good fair point. So the outside world's like fucking cyberpunk now, and
Yeah. And they're still, they still don't know, and the wizards still don't know how to use a flashlight.
Well, my name is Kadalka. Go ahead and call me Kadalka.
You may call me Hermione. Some people will call me Headmaster Granger here.
Oh, impressive.
So I'm very curious about about the magic you used. So you mentioned something about dimensions.
Yes, the planar dimensional travel. Actually, more specifically, multiversal travel.
Multiversal travel? You mean there are other worlds out there?
Of course, there are.
Oh, fascinating. And you look like a witch.
I am a witch.
But does magic work the same way as in every world, or does it work?
Sometimes yes, sometimes no.
Oh, very interesting. You should come with me. I would. There's much magical research needing to be done on this. You've never heard about the multiverse stories. That's mostly something. That's mostly something Muggle scientists talk about.
The fuck is a muggle?
A Muggle is someone that can't use magic.
Oh wow, that sounds really sad. Well, I shouldn't say that. I've known many individuals that really, who don't cast magic and whatnot, but they always have the ability to pursue it.
Oh yeah, my parents don't cast magic as well, but it is a innate born talent here.
Oh, so sorcerers.
Is that what you call someone in your world like that?
Well, people who are innate. Yes. Where I come from, those who are innate spellcasters and whatnot are usually referred to as sorcerers. And those who study and learn it, it's a little bit more complicated because those who aren't normally innate with it will just study it and learn and how to cast it and utilize it, and just as well as those who are innate with it. And then there are those who are still innate with it, but rather than just rely on that innate talent, will study it and learn and blah blah blah.
Ah, Well, we have to do both. Like we in this world here, we are either born with the use of magic or we are born without the use of magic, and then we have to learn how to use the magic properly. That's why we have this school. This is Hogwarts, the best school in the entire world.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. It's a very impressive castle.
Thank you. Please come follow me. I guide you through the stairs.
Kadelka just shrugs and just goes along with it because what else does she got right now? And she's really low. She's getting low on spell slots and also a little bit low on health as well.
You walk up all these stairs, and when you're finally on top, the portal opens behind you and tries to drag you in.
Oh well, time to go. Jumps right in.
Like she turns around and was like, oh, but so yeah, this is going to be for I don't know how old wizards actually become in the Harry Potter universe, because I believe they do get very old, much older than muggles. But this is going to be the last of Hermione's research, figuring out the multiverse. Dakota, roll me a D10. If it's a 3
Okay,
or
okay.
Dakota. 4.
Ooh, 4.
Oh.
I hope I won. Whatever winning is defined as in this context.
Depends. I don't think you would have objected to going to the 40k world. You're just I'm in trouble. that'd be the.
I got plenty of years. I definitely object to going to 40k world.
I would have died instantly.
You would definitely have died.
So, so there you go. Sue comes into a flat wasteland, and then suddenly he hears a lot of sound coming from one direction. And he turns around and looks. They're driving right at him.
Hey, wait a minute! We're on the same planet. We could be at the same timeline if Hogwarts is not affected by the world. We could be.
You just find Kadolka there, thousands of years later, not having moved. It's like, oh, hey.
Alright. So I'm about to get ran over, right?
Yeah, they're driving right at you.
I'm gonna turn into an air elemental. I don't want to get hit with that. It's got the hit points to probably take a truck to the face.
Could also just fly over them.
Yeah.
That's a good idea. I do that too.
So they see you turn into an air elemental and whoa! And then they go drive faster as you fly over them. And you see what they do as a response is you see these sticks.
Yeah.
They put them all the way down. Then one of them hangs on top of them, and they catapult launch someone right at you.
It's hilarious.
They try to let's see if they actually succeed. Try to hit you with a human they launch at you. That's a miss.
That is indeed a miss.
So they launch a human at you and just goes past you. Another one tries the same thing.
That hits.
Alright. And as the human hits, that is an improvised weapon. So, we'll account for the size, but we'll do it you take 8 damage from a human.
Is
that
this
flew
weapon
through you.
magical?
No.
So these humans are acting like the orcs from Old World Warhammer. And they catapult themselves at people.
The goblins gain height? What the fuck?
Nothing wrong with a Grottobolt.
So, what would you like to do as a response to this?
Well, first I'm going to make a Constitution saving throw. See if I maintain
Pass without
pass without a
trace.
trace. Yeah. So this plus 6 plus. Yeah, I made that. And with that, I'm just going to,
Fly higher.
I'm just gonna keep flying higher until I find a cloud and hide in it.
Aye. If you go higher, this time they will shoot at you again, but this time with disadvantage. That'll miss,
Nope.
I think.
Yep.
That'll miss as well. They stopped the motors and everything. They're like pointing at you, and now you go higher. Go ahead and make a stealth check.
The elemental's dex is 5. Higher than mine. I have expertise in stealth. 12 and then 10. So that's
That's more than
18.
good enough to for
40.
Yeah, that's more than good enough for them to have no idea where you went. As they like shrug at some point and then drive away again. And as they go out of sight, a portal opens for you.
We
Whoosh. Alright, then last off, Beauregard, roll me a d10. Let's see. That is a reroll, because we already had that one. 10. Oh! Damn. Dakota, Beauregard, you crash into a large crowd. As people
Oh,
go,
fuck.
Nani? As the creature pulls out of the follows you after the portal as well, and looks around in its surroundings. And sees you, Beauregard, and flies towards you and punches you.
At disadvantage due to foresight.
He doesn't roll an attack roll.
Oh, okay.
As he punches you, you take 100 damage, and your maximum hit points is reduced by 100.
Okay, so 20 off of temporary,
Yes.
and then 80 off of max. Gotcha.
Write down what your total max is. And
I
with
have
the
it written down here,
yeah.
and then I have on a piece of paper here how much I'm down off my max.
And with the smack, another like shockwave comes down, and you see like instantly all the people around you also evaporate, like disintegrate from the shock.
Shit.
From the sheer impact, they like the entire street is covered in blood, and they're dead.
Well, I kind of in my head. Well, at least the others are alive for another couple minutes.
You think you could have escaped me? No one can escape me. I am your destiny.
Can I poke him in the forehead with a Bigby's hand?
Oh yeah.
And but it's not an aggressive. I want to do that thing like your mom does. Is hey, get up and listen to me.
Like he was like surprised at at what you did, and like.
I'm perfectly fine with you doing whatever comes. Actually, I gotta do this in the voice, dude. I am perfectly fine with you doing whatever you want to whatever people because that's you. That's in your heart, man. But first of all, does that hurt? Not cool, man. Actually, it's the first time I've been hit all the time. Sweet, good job. But anyway, why are you trying to kill me in particular? No offense, people that are scattering. But the fuck?
You defy your destiny, and this must happen.
I have a
am here to
destiny.
correct. Yes, I am your destiny. As he raises his
Oh,
hand,
cool.
this is your destiny. As you see, like, he raises his hand and a sort of blackness comes out of it. It becomes bigger and bigger and bigger as you see buildings
I know
around
it
you.
won't work.
Yeah.
I know it won't work, but I'm gonna throw out a basic level 3 counter spell.
Nothing happens. He counterspells you with a level 12 counterspell.
Shit.
As a response. As the spell becomes bigger, the collapse becomes bigger and bigger as you see buildings around you disappear. As people just disintegrate into dust. As sort of all the surroundings around you start turning blacker and blacker as everything is gone. And he like raises his other hand to try and give you another one of those punches. But before he hits you, a portal opens behind you again, trying to pull you in. Do you let it?
Oh yeah, I'm just going, but I'm going to like give him a backhand with the Big B's hand as I go.
Like that, you take it to the backhand to block it with the Big B's hand. And so at one moment you see that his hand is pushed back, but as a response, your Big B's hand is completely destroyed.
I figured. I just needed a distraction.
And then you go through the portal, and he's trying to go after you, but you see that even he has limits, whereas he cannot maintain this aura of destruction or vibes of destruction that he is projecting, and go after you at the same time.
Alright, so there's very much, as I realize that with my knowledge of magic, there's just a, as I just kind of fall through the portal. But I assume I have, even my magical armor has a dent, because that was...
Yeah. This looks like a fixer-upping.
Yeah.
As you all go through the tunnel again, I'm gonna have a note. Real world destroyed.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is it just Tokyo or?
No, our dimension in my multiverse. So, in your version, your real life version of you as a person in my multiverse is now officially dead.
Ah, damn it.
Time comes for everybody, I guess.
At least everyone is dead. Alright, as you all go through the tunnel. Well, I'm gonna place you to that is he. You all pop out. In a forest. Together.
I can't see this forest.
Give me a sec.
Now I can see the forest.
You see a large hut here. And you see a sledge with 2 wolves. And as you see each other.
I'll quickly ask, does anyone see him? Because if he's still here, we need to...
Oh, he's stuck for a bit. Oh, he hit me in my everything.
Okay, well, if he's not following us anymore, let's take some time to recover.
He can't. as the elves would say, El explodey everything, while also portaling. Ow! And I'm just going to kind of collapse because I'm sure my armor is like indented, so there are spikes in
Oh
my
yeah,
body.
like Sue,
Uh,
you've seen magical armor. You've seen plenty of magical armor before. Never damaged. This armor is clearly magical, and it is clearly very damaged.
I'm going to use one of my abilities, and as an action, I'm going to shrug it off. But instead of it magically compacting like it normally does, I'm just letting chunks fall off. Gonna have to fix that. And underneath the armor, for the first time anybody sees, you have a very, very scrawny satyr, like 5'2", maybe 105 pounds. Oh,
I'll just sort of collect him, put one of his arms over my shoulder, and hoist him up a bit.
thanks,
As
dude.
I am also very injured, I am not going to move very fast.
Yeah,
And I'll look
I've
over
got a
to
little
this.
bit of oomph, but not a whole lot. I could maybe get us back to something. Whew.
This will
And
be
I'm
fine.
going to.
It's
I'm
instead
gonna
of
put all the armor away.
let's just try to rest for now. Here, let's check out this hut real quick. And I'm going to see if there's an entrance or anything like that.
There's an entrance here.
I'll
I'll
hobble
quickly-
Mr. Beauregard to
Yeah,
the door
I'm
as well.
gonna try and take a peek inside, like see if there's anyone here, around.
There is clearly a fire inside the hut.
Uh,
A campfire.
I'm gonna just give a quick rap on the door and be like, "Excuse me, we are in dire need of assistance. We mean no harm. We need, some rest and some help potentially." As I'm going to shout into the door.
One moment, I'll be right back. I will be right with you. Here's some movement behind the door. Some stuff grabbing some stuff. Would you like to look further, or do you just wait?
I'll wait patient. Like if we're not dead, then I'll wait since this is either someone's abode or something.
Alright. And the door opens. And Kadoka, you recognize who's on the other side of the door as it opens.
Oh shit.
Lady Sif, Thor's wife.
Mm-hmm. Oh hey, how you do? Oh wait, we're not in the Feywild. This doesn't look like the Is this the Feywild? I don't think it is.
No, this is Midgard.
Oh shit. Okay. Cool. Cool. Hey. So, how is everybody? What's up?
Well, first off, you guys look very bad. Come
Yeah,
in first. Warm
we had it
fire.
rough.
She allows you guys to enter the tent. Thor is hunting right now. He'll be back any moment.
So, nothing. Like, you haven't come across like an amorphous figure that's kind of freaky and looking to like blow up reality yet, have you?
She says, no, we have our own problem with reality destroying things. You've come to Midgard in like the worst possible time.
Oh, don't tell me it's like your end times going on right now.
Yeah, well, the cue for the start of the end times. It is Fimbulwinter.
Oh shit. Okay. Wow. Wow, so much shit going on these days.
Mm-hmm.
See, this is why I went to Sigil. I don't even have to think about any of that anymore, and I could, or anything, and I just could just travel around in a big ship in space, and it's wonderful.
Well, we gods and Valkyries do have other responsibilities.
Ah, that's fair enough. I'm sorry. I didn't really think about that.
Could I try and help you guys?
When she says gods, like Beauregard kind of visibly slinks a little bit. You know how like a child will when met with somebody obviously above their station. So he kind of wherever Sue set him down at, he's just kind of half bent over. because being drained a third of your hit points, I think, would leave you very weak.
Yeah, she points to, if anyone wants something to drink, there's mead over there. Food is still on their way. Tor's hunting.
What is he
Oh.
hunting?
Whatever you can get his hands on.
Anybody in the
Uh,
area?
Makes sense.
Kanaka immediately rifles through her bag, pulls out like good thing I saved this. Pulls out a what looks like a horn and dunks it in, yells "Skull," and starts drinking so that mead.
Oof. It's the Sif also takes picks up her horn, gives everyone a horn, and says, and starts drinking as well. To a reunion and to the end of the world.
Yeah, that's rough. I mean, so like, I'm not gonna claim to know like everything about what's going on with you guys. To be honest, the only deities I know of Midgard is you and Thor. So,
Well, we are on a vacation. We are on a snow vacation. Just have to wait till Ragnarok starts, right? Might as well enjoy our last few years together.
I 100% understand that.
The death of the gods and the burning of Yggdrasil is coming soon, and you just have to enjoy it with your loved ones. But you took a really bad time to come to Midgard, because now that Fimbulwinter is here in the Nine Realms, interdimensional traveling outside of the Nine Realms is basically impossible.
Oh shit! So we're like
until Ragnarok is over, everyone in the Nine Realms is stuck in the Nine Realms.
Well, we managed to get here. Is that not preventing people from arriving then?
Maybe, I do not know. You've been the first one since Baldur's death that actually arrived in these realms.
There is much going on. There will likely be a method out, but there are costs to such things, it seems.
And you hear like
Sif,
door
was it?
opens again. Yeah, Sif. And, door opens and a large man comes in.
Oh, Boar.
Hi, how's it going, man? Hey, check this out.
Kanoka!
Hey, check it out. And then she pulls out the staff.
Hey, you still have it? Good on you. Look at thumbs up. I catched me some boar.
If our hosts would allow, I would like to cook it.
Certainly do.
Thank you. Since I'm cooking for gods, I may as well shift to get the advantage. I hope you guys don't mind a werewolf in the kitchen.
No worries. Seen plenty of those before. Killed plenty of those.
Oh, it's going to be a 32.
That smells great.
I don't mean to pressure anyone or anything, but the place we came from recently, we arrived there from a portal of some kind, the one we arrived here in. But we helped the people there, and then a being followed after us, and he just deleted. Well, soon I had arrived in a world or a place, and I did something to it, erased it, destroyed it, disintegrated it, something, but it was pretty much gone when we arrived, and then he followed us. He was apparently after us still when we came through a portal, and he went and chased Beauregard, and apparently is not able to follow us as of yet, but there's a good chance that he does. Do you know of any being that can do something to that effect?
Both of them look at you like.
I'm gonna do a minor illusion of what he looks like if I can exactly.
Yes. They both go again like.
Whatever this being is, he's likely above gods. At
No
least I
one
know.
is above the mighty four.
I mean,
I managed to
I'll take your word for it.
speak with it a little bit. Apparently, it thinks that it is just everyone's destiny to die, but seems very driven by one purpose, and I mean, it's probably our destiny, but I don't know why so many different places would have a belief of a potential. We in my world called it the falling, but a potential end to all that is everything when magic is ripped asunder. Whew. But it seems that's the dude doing it. Can I just curl up here and without them responding, I just curl into a ball of beat up goat? Because I went the entire fight with taking no damage, and this thing just nuked me. So
Didn't even get to roll an attack roll.
no, I've got my staff of healing, and I go to cast on myself. I just fall asleep, spooning with my staff of healing.
Well, perhaps after we eat, if you'd allow us, we could take the time to rest, and then
Oh, you can
in the
definitely
morning.
rest here. Do not worry. But maybe I have an idea of where you guys could go. There are two of the smartest people that I know might know more about your situation. That would be Mimir, and that would be my father Odin. Mimir is here stuck on Midgard, but my father Odin is in Asgard. We could bring you to them. Right, honey?
Yeah.
Sure, Thor. We can bring them there. Alrighty then. That's all set.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's most kind of you. I'm sure that if there's
Now-
something you need, we could repay you for it. But
Yes. Now, Kadoka, we haven't seen each other in a while. Not after since Lord Kinney did that party to celebrate you guys destroying the moon. What has what has happened what has happened since the last time we saw each other? I'm very curious.
Well, let's see here. I stuck around in the Feywild for a while, and then went to Strixhaven for a bit just to learn some things. Mostly about Decabeti things, but also other magics and stuff like that. And returned back home to take care of the hags, and then with that, I really kind of started figuring out what I could do with the Decabeti things, and so then I started messing around with it to try to undo a certain wish that occurred, and I was successful. But the problem was everything else just kind of blew up my face at that point, and I lost everything. I actually had lost the Decabeti things. I haven't seen it since. Have you seen it? I've been really looking for it. I'd be really interested in finding it again. But luckily, I was able to find my staff. Oh, that was one thing that I lost, and lost all of my other stuff. And I was really kind of in a really shitty situation at that time. Good thing that Iggy got to help me out there for a bit still. But then I was like, you know what, fuck this. I'm starting all over again. So then I just left and went to Sigil, out in Planescape, and been there ever since. A few centuries now, actually.
Whoa, that's so fascinating. Oh, whoa. And, can we talk to that ball of goat there?
perhaps in the morning.
Points at Beauregard.
If he's well,
I don't think I've fallen asleep yet because as soon as the Decimate things was mentioned, there's immediate attention from the artificer. But yeah, good to meet you. I'm Beauregard. My last name's way too complicated for most humanoids to say, so just leave it at Bo or Beauregard.
Nods.
He's a god. He can speak any language he wants to.
Uh-huh.
I am the
would
god
you-
of thunder. I can certainly thunder down on a name.
Ow!
As he takes a as he takes he doesn't use a horn. He uses a cask in one hand.
What can I do for you?
So you look mighty hurt by that blow. What happened to you?
Well, we were helping some folks out. Then we got pulled through, I guess, like a tunnel of magical energy, and while this being of all I can say was like pure necrotic energy maybe was catching up on us, I slowed down to let these folks escape, and well, it caught up to me.
Damn.
It hit.
You're a heroic warrior. Valhalla would have been very glad to have you.
It's like the mention of Valhalla immediately gets him because his world has a Valhalla. Just no specific, because it's the one of the lawful planes, and he just stops. Goes, hey, that's a goal, dude.
Good job.
Thank you. I gotta get my armor up and going again. Is there a space outside I can work on it?
Sure thing. Across the other side of the tent. Just make sure that if you start and Manga and Magua, if they both start barking, then you need to go further away.
Gotcha. Things bark, go away. Awesome. Whew. And I'm gonna lean on the staff. And having experience, I mean, at level 20, I've probably experienced some kind of like poison or something before. I'm gonna try to use Greater Restoration with the staff on myself and see if I can maybe get my Constitution fixed, or not necessarily Constitution fixed, but you know what I mean. Get
Your hit points
get where I'm
fixed.
not feeling so drained.
Alright. So what happens is as you cast Greater Restoration on yourself, you get 1 hit point back from your maximum hit point reduction.
Oh shit.
Oof.
Hey,
As you get up to leave, Korn is gonna be like, here, if you're going to mess with your armaments, and I'll hand you the shield that we snatched. I don't believe any of us can use this, so it needs to go to, or at least use it in combat effectively or anything. So here you are.
Yeah, I'll look this over, dude. Oh sweet. And he's like immediately like how somebody can be injured and excited at the same time. Kind of like somebody that got in a car wreck and found out their insurance fully covered it. Sweet. And I will go outside and set up shop.
I assume you have enough for a pearl for identification. I also,
I
here you
have
have
it at
the
will.
shield, and here you have the abilities of the White
Okay.
Knight if you decide to turn
Sweet.
into it.
I have the at will thing
Yeah.
for identify, but I am going to actually break out the pearl, so it's like a pearl has been cut a bit so it fits over my eye, and I look it over because I would like to take time to look over something like this instead of just pinging knowledge into my head.
Oh yeah, it was like
Oh.
something like you could have done in that period as well. So you have the White
Okay,
Knight
sweet.
abilities as well.
So
If you ever use
from
it.
outside they just hear "Holy shit!" and then I will summon the shop.
Alright. As you start repairing your armor as well.
So Thor,
Oh,
you
that is
were
a mighty shield you had there. I could even see the magic sparking off of it. You must have paid a very good price to the dwarves to get that.
Dwarves. No,
He pointed at Corin when he said that.
Oh, okay.
Because Corin
Oh,
handed you the shield.
as I mentioned before, in the battle that we partook in, it was for a kingdom with a king that was pretty mad, mistreating his subjects and all those around him. So since we had been pulled there, we offered our services and we fought him. And this is the shield he had on him.
Ah, you looted it off of the prize of battle. More respect cannot be given. Kadoka, you have a talent for making great friends and allies.
Yeah, I don't know. What can you say? I'm just awesome, you know?
I drink
That
to
is
that.
true. Yeah. All of ours, from what I've seen in these past day, are quite strong, I would say.
And what is your name, young man?
Corin
Ah,
Obek.
Corin. And where did you come from?
Well, the world I am from is called Fiorina. It is you might have heard of it. It has a unique presence on the Weave, but it is
I know that.
yeah. It's if you do know it, then you know why it's so terrible a place to be. Most of the things that are en route to teleportation or other things are just pulled there, and
Yeah, it's
and
where the Anvala sisters dump all the enemies they defeat if they have to defeat someone.
yeah, the world has seen many people and objects come through it, creatures of all sorts and kinds. It's just the nature of the world and how it's always been.
Mm-hmm.
But you were a god, you say? Is that something a title you obtained, a position?
I am Thor, son of Odin, god of thunder.
I see. We don't have beings of godhood. We've certainly seen strong people come through that would need help or have been banished there, but most of what we worship are more simplistic things like food, water, fighting, that nature of things.
Mm-hmm. Worthy things of worship, yes. I know I myself, Thor, I am a god, yes, but you have met me at my weakest. With Fimbulwinter, the gods of my world have become semi-mortal, and they have lost a lot of their divine power. And we will not get our divine power back until Ragnarok is over.
I see. Well, if we need information on the being that has been either chasing us or just following us, then uh, we'll do what we can, you know.
Alright. Well, if you need help, like I said, I could bring you to Mimir and Odin. Maybe
They're
they
the
are
ones
able to
most
help.
likely to help us, then that would
They-
be most beneficial.
Mimir is the smartest man in the Nine Realms, and Odin my father, is the wisest man in the Nine Realms. I'm sure together they could figure something out. And is that bar almost ready? I'm hungry. He shouts towards Sue.
You gotta let it rest. If you don't let it rest, it won't taste as well.
Oh. Is that your cook, or does he do other things as well? He asks.
Yes,
Kadoka?
Oh, what? Huh? What?
Is that your
Yeah?
cook, as he points to Sue, or does he do other things as well?
Oh, he does a lot of cool shit. Like,
Oh.
he's an uber druid.
Uber
That's
druid.
great.
That's the first time I've heard that.
I mean it's fit. Yeah, it's not. Yeah,
no,
it's
I
pretty
won't
good.
deny it. That definitely fits. Uber druid.
And I understand that's coming from, well, the self-proclaimed Archfey. I mean, it's never been officiated, but, you know, I'm one of the most powerful spellcasters in the Feywild these days.
At this point, you should be an Archfey, right?
Exactly. I mean, look, okay, I'm close to, but not quite at Iggy's level, but I'm pretty damn close to it, and she's an Archfey, so I think it's just, it's right. It's just right.
After 2 minutes, Sue will come out with the whole roasted giant boar on a sled.
Oh, this looks delicious.
Careful, I reduced the mead you guys had on it. It was potent stuff.
A good hunt has been hard the last while with Fimbulwinter, never ending. Oh, I'm looking forward to this. Come on, Sif. And she also looks very happy at it, and they pull off a leg and start eating. Can all enjoy Sue's dinner.
Kadelka's still going on, this is a really sensitive topic. I mean, I could still cast, one of the most the most powerful spell out there, and so, you just gotta figure, it's just, it has to earn you something, right? Like a real sensitive topic for just won't let it go.
So, mid-conversation, as you start talking about it, Tor just puts a plate in front of you, you with a little bit of meat, and then continues eating as well. And then when he's done with his plate, he looks and takes your plate and starts eating that as well. The boar's gone.
So how about this boar? Oh,
fuck. Knowing full well,
Beauregard walks back in because he smelled something. He goes, "Well, glad I'm not a cannibal," and walks back out.
Who, knowing full well he won't actually enjoy this meal, he'll pass his plate over to Kadelka.
Oh man, you're a bro.
I can't eat it, really. It'll sustain me, but it won't. Foolishness, mostly.
Can't enjoy your own delicious food? That sounds like the most
Half of the time you can't. I have to cook for hours on end in order to get something edible for myself and my wife.
Oh, you're married!
Yeah. I was married.
I was, and then Steve oh, we could go on a double date for dinner at their house. And it's I'm sorry.
You would have loved that.
You mentioned earlier when I first met you, does that have something to do with being pulled into this?
Yes. I suppose I should explain more. It involves what we all are involved with, so I owe that much. He'll lean forward a bit. What do any of you know of... what did she call it? It's been so long since we even talked about this. Sue racks his brain. Was it Choiceborn? Is that right?
Correct too.
Yeah, I think that's right. He'll look around and see anybody have any knowledge of it. I gotta start from the beginning.
Tor and Sif both go warm, but they look very interested listening at you.
So, those who are Choiceborn can defy fate. And I am Choiceborn, thus I can defy fate. My wife was fated to die, and thus, when I intervened, she was not. The problem is, now that I am not there, fate will take its course. She's likely already dead. I am not a planar traveler.
Well, both Tor and Sif look crying. Oh, that's so sad. Your condolences.
Stayed for her, had she asked, but she said there was something I must do. So I have come. I will not. It supposedly involves much life. I will not doom those which she has tasked me to save, even for my own happiness. I believe it to be involved with what has been going on. The destruction of the plane me and Corin visited. The death of that man, it all seems entwined with fate. I think we are fighting an enemy we do not understand. That not just not understand, that we cannot understand. So I do hope. He looks over to Thorns if that either of your friends can shed light on this context.
Yes, I truly hope so. But we should prepare for a journey then. Go give Manga and Magua some extra. Go give the girls some extra food to make sure that they are well energied up for a journey tomorrow. All right. Tor goes outside and you hear Darks barking very happily. Wolves barking very happily.
I wonder if maybe that's what kind of fucked up my situation. Was with the deck of many things. I used a wish to manipulate the deck of many things to get multiple wishes. Well, more than one. Two, exactly.
Hmm.
And then it blew up in my face. And then everything went fucky after that.
I do not know much of wish magic. It is not common where I am from.
No, it's not really common where I'm from either, and that's what makes me such a fucking badass.
I see. Where I'm from, Fiorina is, from what we've gathered from visitors, many people label it as an uninhabitable place. It's you're familiar with gravity, the both of you, yes? Just the concept of it all.
Well, of course, I mean...
Well,
Stuff
I
goes
don't.
up, stuff comes down.
Yeah. Well, yeah, sure. Uh, Fiorina
Sure!
acts, has a pull on the weave, much the same way gravity does, where things are pulled to it in such a way. It's why there are so many visitors to the planet unintentionally. If you've ever banished something or tried to plane shift away or teleport, there's always a slight chance that the place you would arrive would be where I am from, and it's why the planet has become the way it is. Many things live there unintentionally, and other things that live there naturally have evolved in such a way that it's quite dangerous. For many of us, life and death is very simple. It's just the way our lives have always been. But the people there have changed too. It's why I'm not the strongest where I am from. Most of the people that I do know are stronger than I am, or just as strong. And, it's always been a collective thing to survive. I do not know what could have changed me in such a way, but it is only in these last 20 or so years that such a place has become habitable. We've managed to, after scouring the world, find a location that is sustainable, and we've built a city, but I don't imagine that affecting the course of destiny or anything to that effect.
I'm gonna go downstairs and get something to drink. You guys want anything? As he
Any
starts laying out his portable hole.
kind of water or sustainable liquid would be fine.
What are you
Um,
anyway? I meant to ask, but we kind of got involved in a whole bunch of stuff. I've never seen one of your race.
Oh, of me. I mean, the world I'm from has many, like as I said, many people show up there at random, either pulled accidentally or not. So there's many inhabitants there that have been around. I'm just one of them, I guess.
All right.
Is there anything you would like to know? I I live a decently
Not
long
tonight.
time, but
We've had a
yeah.
very long day. I won't ask anything else of you tonight. Maybe one day I might ask though. He's sort of got a gleam in his eye. He's like, must be very tasty. Goes
Of course, that's
downstairs
fine.
into his portable hole, and he'll look around for a meal for himself that is of the quality that won't, taste like dog food.
Mm-hmm.
And he'll shout out, uh, I should ask, Miss Sif,
Mm-hmm.
I have food in here that could sustain for a while if you run out, but there's some stuff in here that if you eat, well, it's a little too good for most palates. I don't know what its effect would be on a god, though, so if you want some of my best food, I can offer it to you, but I don't recommend it.
No. Just give me whatever you want to give. A good meal since Fimbulwinter has been very rare, so I take what I can get. Same as 4. Comes back in. Both the wolves are happy. They're resting out now. I heard
Bring up.
something about food.
I'll come up with 3 months of ration supply that are just his runoff. So it's a mixed bag, and I come up with a meal for myself from my supreme stock. I'll pass out the food to Sif.
He enjoys it. She gives some to 4 as well. She feeds him. And as the night concludes, you can all take a long rest. Beauregard. I assume you take a long rest in your own shop?
Yeah, I will get at least the most I can, start getting some of the spikes reshaped and everything, and then once I'm just to that point of exhaustion that most, like, very dedicated people will work themselves to, I will go curl into my little bed and get some sleep.
Alright. Then, as the new day hits, 1 hit point maximum returns again.
Okay, I'm at 78. And do I feel that it's very slowly, like very much slightly?
Yes.
Okay. Gotcha.
As you all wake up the next morning, after a long rest, Sif is making making breakfast at the moment. Asks Sue, would you like to help me?
I would love to help you.
Alright. She's making eggs or omelets.
Throw in a help action.
Alright. Let's see if you don't roll a natural 1. No, you don't. So whatever she rolls, she gets a plus 17 to it. She's not even that great of a cook. Let's see. Yeah, that is it. So whatever she rolls now is a plus 17. Ah, good roll. So that is omelets of 36.
See, the trick is you gotta keep the eggs moving. You gotta slide the pen around, take these 2 sticks, and go wee like this, and then it
Oh, I
gets you
never
a
knew
smaller
that.
curd, right? So now you got now you have if you're going for scrambled eggs, you can break this up a bit, and it'll
No, I
be
prefer
better.
omelets.
Oh, this will be a wonderful omelet.
And wow, the egg in the inner egg is like perfectly centered. Oh well.
Doing enough, anything becomes great. So I'll help
Definitely.
fold them over.
As for everyone a bunch of eggs ready, should we bring some to your satyr friend?
Yeah, I
So we're
could do
gonna
that.
come to eating like a 5-day-old piece of bread.
What the? That out. Have some actual food.
This is food.
That is not food. That is
No,
garbage.
he points at the egg. That was a thing. I'm good. Thank you though.
I mean, everything was a thing at one point. Are you vegetarian?
Oh. Yeah. And as soon as you say everything was a thing, he just like spaces out for a second. Like you just flipped on a light switch that had never had power before.
Yeah, I mean the grass was once an animal. Well, what fertilized the grass was once an animal that died.
I could.
And he'll cast fly and start hovering a little bit. Whoa. His inner hippie has been activated. How much of my armor could I get repaired? Because I understand it'll probably take a bit, but
In one evening, I'd say you'd repaired about 1/4 of it.
okay. So it would be like back to the equivalent of like chainmail.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. If I have to use it, or breastplate or something.
Yeah.
Because the main thing was getting the chest piece undented and getting the inner blades functioning again. Because I'm sure I'm covered in cuts.
Mm-hmm.
I have a terrible feeling.
Could I have attuned to the shield?
Oh yeah, no problem.
All right, so I will select what to unattune to of my 7 attunements.
And
I wish I
also,
had
you have the necklace now,
So,
Sue,
yeah.
as well.
Yep, I'll unattune from my bracers and attune to the necklace. I get lower AC, but I
You get
I get some.
you get a short rest in 5 minutes and a long rest in an hour.
Yeah, it's worth it.
I never use it, so I'm going to unattune to the Ring of Spell Storing for now.
Alright. It is only that you do have to account for, even though you have a long rest in an hour, you can still only take 1 long rest per day.
I will throw on a shield though. I have a +2 shield somewhere, so if I'm not using one, I may as well use the other.
Mm-hmm.
It's not attunement.
Yeah, if you need a magic shield, just let me know.
Absolutely. I'm gonna double check if mage armor doesn't let me
So
wear
now
shields.
Beauregard's Constitution saves are even more ridiculous.
Another 3. I saw that as well, and I'm like, this will make me a bit more tanky, and my armor class went up too.
Mm-hmm.
I almost unattuned to the Cloak of Protection or the Ring of Protection just to leave it even with the additional +1 from the shield, but I was like, why not? I never even used the Ring of Spell Storing, so there's no reason to.
Mm-hmm.
It's loaded down with shields that I didn't have to use.
I would like to ask, what are the odds we fuck up fate here?
What are the
Going-
odds?
Isn't Fate
Think
set?
about it. The last time we saw him, the very first time you and I saw him, we were in a siege. We basically turned the tide of that siege. Then
I
he
would-
shows up, destroys God knows how much, and then we go to the next place. What do we do there? We win a war, but he doesn't destroy the whole war. He destroys one guy. Seems every time we do something, he shows up. But they didn't see him on the other places. So it must be something of significance. I just don't want to lead him here, you know?
Well, I mean, we can't leave here anyways. If what Thor and Sif said is true, we don't have. No one can leave this plane. So unless one of the people they're taking us to have a way to actually get us off this, that would be fantastic. But then that leads to the other problem. If we do go somewhere else, where else would we go that he would not then destroy as well?
I definitely don't think leaving is an option. At least yet.
If we wanted to try to deal with this, I we need more information, not just on him, but like a way to deal with it as well. I've hit him with arrows and it seemed to have done nothing. So I don't really have the magic that you two do, pointing at Sue and Kadolka. So I wouldn't know if there is a way.
Let us just be careful when we move. I will have them pass without traces so we don't draw much attention. It's not a very complicated spell, but it's a damn worthy one.
Yeah, plus 10 is pretty good. But yeah, I mean, I guess we'll just have to see how this goes with the people we're meeting, and hopefully they'll provide us with sufficient information, if any.
Alright. Well, since we finished breakfast, Stor, like I said, we should, I should bring you to, Mimir is closest by. We should go to Mimir first. And then we go to my father, Odin. Haven't seen Asgard in a while anyway.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Sif's like, I will stay with the hut to make sure that everything is protected here. For you know the rules. No driving after a night. No driving after a night of drinking. But I need to help my friends. One of them can probably use the sledge.
Totally, I got this.
Good thing. Alright, so
I'm
break the
gonna
sledge,
just
I promise
I'm
to
just
replace
gonna
it.
look over Kadolka's shoulder and just quietly give advice if she needs it. So I'm gonna do a help action on that, just in case.
Manga! As you come out, they both jump out of the snow, get hooked up to the sledge again.
Kadolka's just like, look, I can fly airships in space. How difficult can a sled be?
You coming, Beauregard?
Yeah, let me just and I turned to the building that I had actually
Holy shit!
erected out of my magic
Thor
item.
only now notices the extra building.
I turn and I flip the little open sign over to where it says "Sorry, we're closed for business," which is the component for it shrinking down, and it shrinks down to about the size of a shoebox.
Mm-hmm.
And I tuck it away. Better to have that whenever you don't really settle anywhere.
Holy moly! Why didn't I notice that?
I'm very stealthy.
It's a
As I
building.
walk over, and I just clang as I walk. Because my
Alright.
armor is still halfway chunked together, but I'm not traveling anywhere unequipped, so I've got my full gear load ready just in case.
There is no shame being engrossed in a good meal so that you miss the obvious. Everyone needs time they can let their guard down.
Since I got pulled through, there's been nothing but conflict and bad stuff. So I just like to be on my hooves.
You are fine. We have
But,
very good reason to be on guard.
Yeah, things are all cattywampus. So
What's cattywampus?
Let me see. What's the phrase in common? Fucked up.
Fucked up? Oh, yeah. Well, things
Yeah.
are quite fucked up.
Yeah. Yeah. Then I will like climb on the back. Still a little, well, a lot run down, but I'm at 150 max now, so I'm all right. I can take half a hit. And then I will just very quietly sit on the back of the sledge or whatever, as far away from the wolves as possible, so that they don't smell goat too much and want breakfast. So
Thor is standing on the sledge, and he's like standing on over Kadoka and Sue, like pointing where to go. All right, Kadoka, go ahead and make me a vehicle check. This will be wisdom.
All right.
See if you can get these wolves, Manga and Magua, to work for you.
Vehicle
the-
check. So I do have to still roll for this because I don't actually have expertise, so it's not an. Oh no, I don't. It's just plus 6
All right.
or
Well,
whatever.
Can I help
Whatever the
by
query
using
would
animal
be.
handling with the wolves?
Sure.
Thanks.
I have no proficiency with vehicles with sleds, so
Whatever you roll, you still get a plus 17 from Sue. And a
And
plus
a-
6
and-
from
It's a
Corin.
plus 15 if
Yeah.
it's animal handling. Yeah.
Yeah, so, and a plus 15 from Corin. Go
so
ahead
it's
and
just
roll.
going to be a straight +3 for my wisdom modifier.
Yes.
Don't roll a 1.
10.
Alright, that is then a 40. I'm gonna rearrange this like this. And what basically happens is Kadoka is driving, but Corin and Sue are both backseat drivers. And they're like, no, do it like this, and like this. As they're correcting everything.
We don't want to die.
Kadoka just has the most dull expression on her face of frustration. Fucking backseat drivers.
Hey,
Even though
pull
she
up on the
clearly
lead.
needed the help.
Yeah, just pull up a little bit. Just pull up. There you go. Yeah.
We're going
just,
straight towards the tree. I just shot at the wolves. Fucking turn left! Don't listen to this crazy woman!
Cost speak with animal real quick.
I got it on scrolls.
I'm
I
like
think
a
I
little
was
kid
close.
on a road trip, just sitting in the back, kicking my feet off the back of the sled.
I do.
I've already played
just-
with every toy I've already played with every toy I had, and I've already eaten my snacks, so I'm bored.
When Tor has the idea of like, no, you guys got this, or there's like a long line, Tor, let's see, Tor starts singing.
My mother told me
As you go through the,
someday I will buy galley with good doors.
as you go through the wilderness of Midgard, and that is where we'll take a short break. Go to the bathroom, everyone that needs to go, or get some water.
Will do.
Many foemen. My mother told me someday I will buy galley with good oars, sail to distant shores, stand up on the prow, noble bark I steer, steady course to the haven, many foemen. My mother told me
Oh, his pipes.
someday I will buy galley with good oars, sail to distant shores, stand up on the prow, noble bark I steer, steady course to the haven, many foemen, my mother told me distant shores. Stand up on the prow, noble bark I steer. Steady course to the haven, hew many foemen, hew many foemen. My mother told me, someday I will buy galley with good oars, sail to distant shores, stand up on the prow, noble bark I steer, steady course to the haven, hew many foemen, hew many foemen. My mother told me, someday I will buy galley with good oars, sail to distant shores, stand up on the prow, noble bark I steer, steady course to the haven, hew many foemen, hew many foemen. My mother told me, someday I will buy galley with good oars, sail to distant shores, stand up on the prow, noble bark I steer, steady course to the haven, hew many foemen, hew many foemen. My mother told me, someday I will buy galley with good oars, sail to distant shores, stand up on the prow, noble bark I steer, steady course to the haven, hew many foemen, hew many foemen. My mother told me, someday I will buy galley with good oars, sail to distant shores, stand up on the prow, noble bark I steer, steady course to the haven, hew many foemen, hew many foemen. My mother told me, someday I will buy galley with good oars, sail to distant shores, stand up on the prow, noble bark I steer, steady course to the haven, hew many foemen, hew many foemen. My mother told me, someday I will buy galley with good oars, sail to distant shores, stand up on the prow, noble bark I steer, steady course to the haven, hew many foemen, hew many foemen. My mother told me, someday I will buy galley with good oars, sail to distant shores, stand up on the prow, noble bark I steer, steady course to the haven, hew many foemen, hew many foemen. My mother told me, someday I will buy galley with good oars, sail to distant shores, stand up on the prow, noble bark I steer, steady course to the haven, hew many foemen, hew many foemen.
I am back.
Welcome back.
Hello.
I went nowhere, but I did grab water.
So I did get a response from Fiverr about the artist.
Oh, really?
And the order got automatically cancelled because the artist deleted her Fiverr account.
That would do it.
Oh.
None of my problem, and I still have the sketches, so I'd see this as a free as a free drawing then.
Yep.
Or at least a free sketch. Then I basically have to look for another artist to make another version in their style. I'm not sure yet, but I'm considering contenting this one. Put it in the because I
My
like
guess
the
is
style.
they just. Yeah, my guess is they just. Oh, this.
Have you guys ever seen a TV show called Scavenger's Reign or anything about it?
No, I don't know what it
It
is.
is okay. So, for example, it is the idea of how I wanted the planet that I'm from to be, and it is actually a really good TV show. It's on HBO Max or HBO.
That's good for the price. I would definitely pay that artist. That's cheap. For that work, that's cheap.
He's from
It is
Albania,
really
that
good.
artist. So for him, it's probably a lot of money. Well, yeah, I was first gonna look around first, but I really like the style.
Reminds me of book covers.
Hmm It's basically why I'm spending so much money on the same character is because it's the main character from my own book that I'm working on, and if I actually, my hope is that if I financially invest in it, that'd be more motivated to actually finish the story, because that's my biggest problem. Like I get like when I write a story and everything, I get up to 100 pages, and then it's like, all right, I'm burned out. I can't continue anymore. I can't finish
Is
this.
And then
you
you write a
ever
new book.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if that's the case, have you ever considered writing, like first writing like a short story
Oh
publication?
yeah, all the time. Like my goal is my first book that I finished is to be 300 pages, and then
That's pretty good.
I'll release it online for free. Like the only thing I'll do is like with the book release like a if you really like this work, donate onto this PayPal thing. Don't overspend anything that you don't have. That's about it.
Yeah.
And if I actually become successful with it, I'll hire a voice actor and make like an audio version, and then release it on YouTube for free.
A nice Audible. Yeah.
No, never on Audible because I hate Amazon and want to always avoid Amazon with
Yeah.
everything. Because like the only company that doesn't get my money is Amazon. Like I specifically buy audiobooks on Google Play just so that Amazon cannot have my money. And it limits the amount of audiobooks you can actually listen to. I'm now listening to the new Inheritance book, Murtag, of the Aragon books, if you know those.
I know the books. I've never read them.
They're basically Star Wars but then with dragons.
I think I knew that
Yeah.
on some instinctual level. I think I watched the first movie.
Yeah.
If there was any movies after that, I have no idea.
Yeah. There's a first movie, and the writer is trying to convince Disney to make a TV show out of it, just like they did with the Percy Jackson series. Personally, as someone that read Percy Jackson, it's like the first book is good, but after that, it drags down a lot in quality.
It does.
Yeah. Let's see.
I remember reading all the books. I liked them at the time, but I was
Oh yeah,
a
but
dumb middle schooler.
that's with lots of books. Like I read like I read the Rules of Magic by Terry Goodkind. That also has the series Legend of the Seeker and everything, and I really liked the books when I was a teenager, and then when I got older, I realized like, oh, these books are actually really bad. Also, it didn't help. Back when I was younger, I idolized Terry Goodkind because he was a dyslexic that actually became a successful writer. But but then later on, I learned that he was a massive douchebag.
Rip.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where it's like I've read all the Harry Potter books, right? But I read them like when I was in middle school
Yeah.
and whatnot, and then it's like, oh wait, these kind of suck. Like, I mean, they're fine, but then it's like, ooh, like I'm not a fan of her. Like, it's just, yeah. And then I've watched all the movies and everything, but I never really cared about it after. I was like, man, those were good movies, and that was great books. And then I was like, all right, I'm kind of done with all of that. I never understood, like, I never got into it the way like some people have, where it's like they're
It's fantasy.
yeah, like they're super devoted to it and
But
everything.
keep in mind, Harry Potter is basically X-Men, but then instead of mutants, people are wizards and magic users.
Yeah.
Who's Magneto?
Kadoka is back.
Voldemort?
Xerxes, sorry.
Who's Voldemort? Magneto?
Yeah, but
I'm here, I
Voldemort
didn't-
is
I didn't
just a worse version of Magneto. Like, Magneto is definitely a better character than Voldemort.
Oh, agreed. Agreed 100%.
And, so you know, those D6 rolls were my daily recharges on the magic items.
I will roll some intelligence checks for some mage armor. I make it. Okay. No wasted mage armor.
After a
97
while
of those left.
traveling, you finally reach your first destiny, Mimir. Oh,
I still cannot see.
Yeah, I have to turn off the dynamic lighting. There you go.
Holy shit.
Yeah,
Talk about a big brain.
that's Mimir, smartest man in the Nine Realms. Because he has the biggest head in the Nine Realms. Oh, and that's,
Oh, that makes sense.
who's that? That looks like a Jotunar. Turns around. Hi,
Hi.
my name is Angraboda. Who are you guys?
I am Sue. This is Kadelka. This is Beauregard. This is Thor. And that is, Corin.
Oh, Defor. You're here to speak with Mimir, right?
Correct. Yeah, we want to see if he would be able to help us.
Oh, sure. Well, I was just done with Mimir. Goodbye. Good luck. Maybe I hope he's able to help you.
Well, thank you.
As Four walks up. Oh, great Mimir. These guys need your help. Looks down at you guys with the big head.
Mimir, I'm Kadaka the Pale, great-granddaughter of...
Yes. One of Tasha's descents. She's told me everything about you.
Oh, shit, really? Well, that makes this shorter. We're kind of in a bit of a pickle, something about Destiny trying to kill us.
Oh, Destiny is always trying to kill someone.
Oh, that's fair. That does make a lot of sense because I mean, the final destiny for anybody is death. So I mean, that does
Exactly.
that tracks. Yeah.
But this is probably not the type of destiny you're talking about.
No. The little entity.
Oh, it's a canoe. Can you describe him a bit more?
I'll hold
Try
up my
her best.
hand. I'll do a minor image of what he looks like as Kadolka verbally describes him, just so
That just
there's
points a thumb
visuals.
at the mirror or the image, the illusionary image.
Oh. As Mimir thinks about it for a moment, looks. You have made enemies with the Void Lords.
And
Void Lord.
what is that?
A Void Lord is a creature beyond gods, beyond mortals, that travels around the multiverse and the different realms, and is on a crusade to destroy the very essence of the multiverse. Every single universe out there.
So, like, what got us on? What do you what's your hypothesis on possibly getting us on his radar? Like, well,
Well,
quote,
for one
his, whatever.
thing, you survived his presence. That is a deep insult to him.
Okay.
He's a douche canoe.
Definitely. But then the next part is none of you happen to be Choiceborn, right?
Sue just slowly raises his hand.
Yeah, potentially. We know for sure, at least.
Nope.
It
One
couldn't
of
have
us.
possibly been that thing I did with the deck of many things a while back. Could have
Well, you did rewrite history a couple of times.
yeah.
Might have been that. Might have not been. I do not know.
What
But
the fuck did you do?
Don't worry about it. It's just I mean.
It seems like a big deal if we're getting this shit on our tail about it.
Well, there's also the potential that we've pissed him off. Plus, we know for a fact that you are Choiceborn, so
Yes,
that's
I am
already
definitely Choiceborn.
then that's already another point against us. Whatever
So
else
y-
it could be, we'll find
So
out. I'm
you
sure.
see, so it could be your fucking fault. So just get off my back. It's all good.
I mean, you asked the question, so that leads us to wonder, but I will not bring it up. It seems to be a topic you do not want to talk about.
No, it's whatever, man. It's cool. Yeah.
Is there any way that we
well,
could?
my story is that the Choiceborn are the arch enemies of the Void Lords. Although
Cool.
they seem to be rare, as the Void Lords many eons ago have supposedly destroyed all the Choiceborn. As they were the only ones that could potentially stop the Void Lord's plan. Although looking at this one, as he looks as he eyes Beauregard, seemed that you weren't very successful at stopping him.
I was able to get in his way for a little bit, but that was about it. And like, there's just this blank stare because he's so overwhelmed by everything around him.
Well, laddies, is there anything else I could help with?
Do you have any potential way for us to get him to stop chasing us, and/or a way to prevent him from potentially destroying our worlds that we are all from?
Oh, that is a simple one.
Kill him.
You must become much more stronger than them, training a lot and pushing the limits of your abilities. You are all mortals. You must ascend above mortality. If you are Choiceborn, that means you have this potential. It has just not been unlocked yet. A little
So
help that could, a little thing that could help unlock this potential is, he eyes downwards. Drink out of the fountain here, and it'll might give you visions that'll give you a bond of power and wisdom. Although, watch out though, if you drink too much, you end up with Odin and only one eye.
Hmm.
So
When you say might, what would be the? It would just be the loss of an eye, or potentially worse.
Well, I've never seen worse.
Okay, well, that's all right. That's fair enough. Do we now? First, thank you for the information. This has been invaluable to us. The other question is there a way for us to leave this place, this realm?
Oh yes, you could use the Bifrost, which Thor could bring you to travel to the other realms.
Hmm.
There you could enter any of the nine with the Bifrost. You can enter any of the 9 realms. But as you've already noticed, it's been a bit chilly here. That's why I grew out my beard.
Yeah, it looks good. It's good beard.
Keeps me warm. But
Who
due
just
to
nods
the
at
chill
beard.
of Fimbulwinter, it is impossible to leave the realms of the World Tree Yggdrasil. You must wait until Fimbulwinter is over and Ragnarok has been completed.
Hmm.
But be lucky, even though the Choiceborn can or the Void Lords can travel through the multiverse, it is actually very hard to get into here.
We were pulled here by a portal. Now, originally, when we were summoned to the other plane, it was a young wizard with portal and time magic. Is he responsible for bringing us here, or is this another caster of such strength?
Hmm. He starts thinking. I'm sorry, that is outside of my knowledge. It could be that the boy came here too and someone did the ritual again here, or it could be someone else. Or maybe I'd have to actually see the magic sigils that he used to make a concurrent conclusion.
Well, thank you for your input and your knowledge. If you believe that Odin might have more knowledge for us, we might seek him out as well.
so where's this fountain?
It's right here.
It's
my
literally-
friend.
He points down with his eyes to here.
Oh, and she
question.
immediately just starts drinking from
Oh,
it.
don't! Oh,
Yeah.
I'm gonna hold Kadoka's hair like she's throwing up at a party, just to keep it up out of the way.
I gotta keep
Bobbing
her-
for apples.
All right, then Kadoka, you can go ahead and make me. Let's see. You can make me a Constitution save.
Oh shit.
See, that's what I was gonna say.
That's my second worst save.
I also wish to drink from the river. Could I?
Of course.
Oh man,
Oop.
No, 15. I mean, that's pretty good for me.
are we all just drinking from this now with no I'm gonna
No.
take out a bottle and filter and drink from that. I don't want to just
Alright.
dunk my head in.
Go ahead. Also make a con save.
Yo, Kadaka is a Fey from the Feywild. She's going all in.
Honestly, a 23 is literally the highest I'm probably ever gonna get on a con save.
Alright.
Beauregard
Yeah.
is very distrusting of this. Like, he doesn't deal with outsiders much, and this has been nothing but them. So he's just kind of waiting to see if everybody else dies first.
Alright. Then Korin is completely unaffected by drinking it, but both Sue and Kadoka can go ahead and roll me a D100.
Awesome.
Sue is down for drugs. He always has been, always will be.
Same with Alka.
Sue still have a flashback to Sue still has a flashback to Forward Future Orgy Cave.
That's a reality that hasn't existed yet.
Yes.
One of the many possibilities.
I get the sudden urge to not talk about that cave. I don't even know this cave.
The 3 and 71. Doo, doo, doo. Alright, Kadoka. Roll me a d6. 1-2 is Koran, 3-4 is Beauregard, 5-6 is Sue.
Hey, yo, whoa!
Time to change bodies.
Alright. 3-4, that is Beauregard. Your mind has been affected by this for a moment. You feel stronger with new insights, and you conclude that Beauregard is a very honest and wise individual. You believe everything that Beauregard tells you.
Shit.
Definitely forming
In
bonds with
fairness,
this.
he
Doesn't
doesn't lie anyway, so
that
that
you have to
helps.
do what he tells you. Just means you believe him. But Beauregard doesn't know this. So just put it at flaws. Believes everything Beauregard says.
Okay, no.
All right, Sue had a 71. Nothing actually changes. I'm
Yes!
convinced that powerful enemies are hunting me and their agents are everywhere I go. I'm sure they're watching me all the time. Kind of conundrum of the situation right in here
I have
now.
a reasonable paranoia. Hell yeah!
Yeah, so basically what happens for Beauregard's view is they all three drink something and all three are unaffected by it. But they seem like they get like a inkling of like, oh wow, whoa, whoa.
I feel no changes for me. Is there any difference for you two?
Not really.
No.
I'll look back up at the head. You said this was water was supposed to empower us in some way. I don't think it's
It
done
takes
anything.
a while to settle. But your potential, if you truly are Choiceborn, you will notice changes coming quickly, or in a while, and your potential has been unlocked. You are far more powerful now than you were before.
What happens if we
Do you
go for
drink
like
one,
a?
Beauregard now?
Yeah, I literally, instead of like scooping up or anything, I do the goat thing and literally plant my face in it.
You're also unaffected by it. Go ahead, Kadoka.
So, what happens if we like go for a second helping?
Well, your potential cannot be unlocked even more by this. So at worst, you'll get more negative effects.
Oh, okay. So that wouldn't like help speed things along.
No.
This is
damn.
every mage worth their salt knows the same effect doesn't stack.
I wasn't asking if the same effect wasn't gonna stack. I was just asking if it was just like make it go faster.
Oh, that's reasonable, I suppose.
Like when you drink some hard booze. I mean, at first it doesn't hit you, but you drink more of it, then suddenly it's really kind of compacted on you. Yeah. Or like you take some drugs, and sure that will affect you, but you take more drugs, then it really starts to affect you.
I understand.
I've felt no effects. I'm fine with this. What we should do is, I guess, go see Odin.
I mean, I don't know, Karin. I've heard a lot of people who take shrooms and say that exact same thing, and then later,
If if you wish to consume more, I will gladly hold your hair. I mean,
no, I'm just
listen,
giving you
it's
a
not a
warning
good
here.
idea, but you do you.
No, that's not what I was saying whatsoever. The exact opposite, in fact. What I was saying is in regards to yourself, saying, I don't feel anything. I'm just saying I've heard a lot of people who taken shrooms for the first time start saying, I'm not feeling anything, and then suddenly they are tripping balls.
Gotta
True
give
enough.
it 30 minutes for the edibles to kick in.
All right. Well, we'll hope it's a good thing that you're driving. Then we'll see if you're so used to all these drugs.
If we were to take the water from here, does it lose its potency?
No.
Can I fill up a canteen of it? Because I have an idea.
Sure thing. Take one. Take one canteen.
Yep, I will fill up a canteen because I just emptied one out because I realized I don't need them because I have a decanter of endless water.
Mm-hmm.
So I just fill up a water. What's this called?
Old man bath water.
Now I believe water of the well of wisdom.
Thank
If
you.
my Norse mythology stands correct.
Awesome. I don't know about you all, but I feel wet. I just kind of shake off like a dog.
Well, have a good day then. I'd be enjoying the sights. Bye bye. Oh, it's snowing
Just
again.
before we leave, you look like you would be very uncomfortable, and I will, if I have to cast fly again, I will cast fly. And I'll float up and scratch his nose for him. It's probably been a long time since somebody scratched your nose, dude.
Oh yeah, that's great. Yeah.
As somebody that's pretty well always infected with fleas, I got you, and I will float back down.
Fleas jump over into his beard. He doesn't notice yet.
He needs a deep cleaning wash in this fountain of wisdom.
Mhm.
He's a shave.
So, before I go, just one question. Kind of a personal question, so is that cool?
Sure thing.
Was it, worth it? The whole gestures with their hand being headless.
Everything becomes normal at some point, right?
Fair enough. You know what? Fair enough. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Like,
Not
the
to
first
quite that
100
level,
years,
but
it was the first 100 years. It was quite annoying, but I've been longer without a body than with. Don't
You know
know any
what?
better.
Well, not to quite your level, but I kind of understand. I get it.
As you leave the well of Mimir, you go back onto the hut, or back onto the sledge, and you start traveling again. Thor starts singing. I would like another. I would like another animal handling or no vehicles check.
I'll do a help action.
That's a plus 17 for Kadoka.
29.
Alright, so like Kadoka is driving again, and we still have the two backseat drivers. Like, no, like this, no, like this.
Avoid that bush. There's someone in there. Look
I
at
was
us.
specifically trying to get them.
You know, normally we always do it with points if we drive over someone with a sledge. Like if it's a gnome, 1 point. If it's a dwarf, 2 points. If it's an elf, 5 points. If it's a human, 4 points.
Oh, well, I mean, is it So here's a question, and this is something that Ige told me, and I have always been skeptical about it. When you run over a gnome, do they just burst open into 9 squirrels and flock away? And frolic away, you know?
I've never seen that happen before.
So she was full of shit. Damn it.
Alright. As you drive further on.
Oh, it's the Rainbow Road.
The Bifrost.
Rainbow
Step
in
down.
a book.
You see Heimdall. They fist bump each other. Hey bro, hey bro. How's it going? Great. Vacation with Civ. Then new friends popped in. Also an old friend popped in, although she's not actually that old. This is Kadoka. I've told you about it. She's the girl that helped blow up the moon.
Yeah, I'm only a few centuries old, so not that.
How did you blow up a moon? You just cast a spell?
Why did you blow up the moon?
Well, I mean, there's this thing like a blood moon festival that occurs in the Feywild, and usually when it just comes around, it's just for a passing time, you know, just like maybe a couple years at most, and then it just moves on. But during that time, it's just like an endless party. It's wonderful. But this time it just was not going away, and we were there for like almost like a decade. And so it's like, well, we just gotta blow this fucking thing up, and so we did.
I thought you did this alone.
No. There's a few others with me.
Oh, all right, great. We could use some of that. Maybe shoot it at this guy. Let's see if that works.
Hey, and as Heimdall comes closer, I heard you also saved my brother from a bunch of frost giants.
Oh shit. Yeah.
And you did that thing also with the hill giants, with the where you fed it a hydra that kept regrowing its head. So, oh yeah.
You've been all
Give
over
me,
the
give me a
place.
give me a fist bump.
To be fair, that was Thor's idea.
But they executed it. Heimdall's still standing next to Kadilka with his fist raised up.
Oh, she totally.
Come on, little.
Explodes it.
So, how's the old man, Heimdall? Well, I haven't talked to him in a while, but seems cranky. Doesn't like that Baldur's dead. Well, imagine not being happy about his own forthcoming death. Ragnarok is the end of him. Hell, it's my death. Yeah, Thor turns around and is like, I am supposed to die fighting a giant snake.
Jormander, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, if there's a way to go out.
Oh, hell yeah, I'm going to Valhalla, baby! Fighting a huge enormous snake that rounds the world. Like, over there, you can see part of him. Like, he points at like a snake tail in the fur further away.
Oh, that gets me thinking. Like, what's I don't know anything about him or never even encountered him. But Nidhogg, what's up going on with them right now?
I don't know. Maybe just taking care of its eggs.
Yeah.
What? Let's go to Asgard. I haven't been home in a while. This is the most fun part. Like, he jumps up and drops with his ass on the rainbow bridge, and then goes super fast upward, like, woo! Yahoo!
Oh, that does look like fun.
Kadalka will
never
jump.
understand outsiders.
Kadalka would jump on there, but just landing on her back with her hands behind her head, and then just
Yeah,
zip on
reversed,
up.
it's a reverse water slide, but then upwards. Whoosh.
Exactly.
I'll just step on it and try and stay upright.
Whoosh. Then I would like you to make an acrobatics check.
Nope.
You fall over. Take 1 damage as you drop on your head, and then go launched into Asgard.
I'm just gonna like get on it and like sloth squat down and ride it up.
And Heimdall looks at Beauregard. Nice shield and armor you got there.
Thanks. I'm not gonna die if I go on this thing, am I? They're not all dead, are they? They're
No.
really
It's just a
testing
way
you
to
all.
Asgard.
There's not. I can't just walk there.
It'll take forever.
I mean, our time's kind of finite, so. And at that point, he just kind of takes the shield and will set on the shield like a sled and fly, and use the legendary shield of the White Knight like a toboggan.
Like Christmas Vacation.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Good luck! As you guys launch into Asgard. Next picture. As you go into Asgard, it seems Asgard, as you go outside, there are 2 types of buildings in Asgard. There are homes and there are taverns. And that's about it. As you walk around, Thor is on the lead. You go into the biggest tavern, or long hall. As you go in, you hear 3 people say, "Dad! My children! Haven't seen you in a long time." Gives them all a hug. Oh, Kadoka, you haven't met him yet. This is my son, this is my oldest son, Magni. Hello there. This is my second oldest
Hello?
son, Modi. Hey.
Hey.
And this is my only daughter, Fruit.
Hey.
Hello. Fruit, you've earned your wings. You've become a Valkyrie. This makes a father so proud. Dad, Dad. I am now grandfather's official bodyguard. I'm on duty right now. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm just so proud. And this is my father, Odin.
Who am I
Greetings.
standing next to of the group?
You're standing next to Corin.
Can I just lean to Corin and go, so they're gods and Valkyries, and I'm so confused.
Yeah, Valkyrie is a title, so yeah, it's just something you can
yeah.
earn.
Where I come from, they're a thing. So okay.
Yeah,
And I think Wood just has this goofy grin on his face and just nodding along, but has no idea what's going on.
Father! Yes, for I bring to you Kadoka, the Moon Destroyer, Sue, the Uber Druid, amazing cook. You should taste his omelets. He made Sif's omelets, which were okay, into amazing omelets, and he made great boar. This is Corin, and that's Beauregard.
I hope that sticks.
Hi, how are you?
Greetings. And Odin comes forward. There's a bunch of ravens at him. And one of the ravens goes, ah. Hey, don't be rude to our guests.
I'll try to make this as simple as I can. We've spoken with Mimir, and now we've come to speak with you to see if we could get your assistance. It seems that a Void Lord is out and about and causing trouble, and is particularly chasing us. And we're attempting to find ways to deal with that and not perish. Anything you might have that could help us in this endeavor would be greatly appreciated.
Oh, well, I cannot offer anything directly, but Asgard is well hidden within the multiverse, and I can offer you a place to stay and prepare if you would help me protect this place during Ragnarok. There's no way with my spells and interdictions that a simple Void Lord could find us here. And when Ragnarok is over and we have survived, then I could help you find a new place to go, or maybe bring you back home, or you could stay here and be safe.
That all sounds good. I mean, I would definitely like to find a way home eventually. But I guess we will offer our services if that's agreeable with everyone.
We need time to train to face this Void Lord, so very well.
I just need a bed. I'm still pretty wore out, but can we do this a little bit at a time? I don't want to completely agree with somebody that I just met.
Sure thing,
if
sure
that makes
thing.
sense.
You're a wise man, Beauregard. Would not go into a contract with anyone you've just met. Stay here, enjoy the hospitality of Asgard. Maybe if you want to train somewhere, we have up on the Rainbow Ridge. You can take the next corner to Valhalla. There are plenty of warriors there, always ready to train and rumble. Hell, they bloody die for it.
Do you have anyone capable of utilizing these? And I will offer. I'll just hold up the obsidian ingot that I have.
Oh, you could go to Westbolheim and meet the dwarves there, and they might be able to turn something in that for you. Although it'll be expensive.
That makes sense.
Now, take some food and enjoy your stay in Asgard. All further out. So, he turns into
He throws on some shades and he walks out.
He turns into a couple of crows and just flies away.
I was gonna say, what does he whip out some shades and pull out a skateboard to step out the room or something?
Kadelka over my throat is just. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Thrud looks at you and is like, "Are you really the Moon Destroyer?"
Yeah, absolutely. So, Valkyrie, how do you get that title? You know,
I have
pretty awesome.
I had to beat up a lot of men and make sure that they didn't stand up anymore. I had to travel around the world to collect the dead for the worthy dead for Valhalla.
That's pretty awesome. Yeah.
But you blowing up a moon is also very awesome.
Oh, I didn't do it alone. I mean, there's a group of us, and it was basically aimed a big, huge arcane laser at it and blew it up.
Oh, wow. That's amazing. You should tell me more about that. Since
Absolutely, I will.
Alright, since Allfather flew away in his ravens, that means I'm off duty. Let's go have a drink over there, and we'll talk about the entire ordeal. I want to know more about that. And also
Gladly.
your other adventures. I can tell you a bit more about my gladiator things. Or my Valkyrie things, and she and as you pass up, that is where we'll end today's session. Well, I'm going to roll now for your downtime that you get. Let's see. I
Oh,
have to
this is a
calculate.
downtime period.
Yes,
Oh,
this is the end
okay.
of the. This is the end of the arc where you basically get a couple of times in Asgard
Nice.
for downtime, whereas like this is like the intro to the next arc, so nothing happens, only you live through Fimbulwinter.
Okay, I do have a question. Well, to see whatever you end up rolling.
Give me a sec. So officially, Fimbulwinter lasts 4 years, but it is already active. But the people, the Asgardians, didn't really keep track of time. So for the prelude to Valhalla, I will roll 1d1095 to see how many days of downtime you get.
Don't roll a 1.
800
one.
and 814 days.
Oh, that's actually
So
quite a
just
lot.
over 2 years and an odd couple of months.
Yes.
Right? Something like
Mhm.
that.
So 78 days into that, I finally feel better.
Yes.
Yeah, that's right. You're still. That sucks.
I
Jeez.
was going to ask about, because I can cut that in about a third by constantly using. I can do a total of 4 greater restorations a day if I have to.
Mhm.
But if it's down to recovering, I'm actually going to use the recovery as a way to force myself through the weakness to try to not be so. Beauregard, who is usually very tough and able to withstand stuff, took that like as a mental shot that he's actually weaker than he thinks he is. So he's really been worked up by that. You know how like a bodybuilder finally gets something they can't lift and it really messes with them, or a academic gets to a point where they can't understand something. It just something overwhelmed him.
So also as one downtime activity, you can spend 300 downtime days and 50k gold, and your obsidian ignite to visit the dwarves in Vespelheim to make you a legendary, but the legendary does have to be approved by me.
Okay.
So some of them are basically vetoed. Like, for example, you can't, something like a deck of many things, no.
No, Godolka, that's the only thing she cares about.
But I'm completely fine with, for example, a Robes of the Archmagi, like anything that increases
a
your
very
combat
specific one.
capacity, I'm completely fine with. But like some things that completely disorder the game will get vetoed. So Ring of Three Wishes is also an example that would get vetoed.
I have
God
a
damn.
very specific one.
but Godolka's a conjuration mage, and Wish is conjuration. It's a conjuration spell.
But that's more of like a try. Like you don't even have to do it because there are other opportunities in the future to use your obsidian bar. I'll say that, but I'm going to add this in the downtime activity thing. Did I have it?
I assume these are the greatest smiths that I've ever seen.
Yes, the dwarves
Okay.
of Vestelheim.
Yeah,
Or-
so
Oh, yeah.
like,
Or
I
did
will
I
have to be
no
drugged away from them.
Nifadalir it was, my bad.
Okay. I will have to be drug kicking and screaming away from here probably
Yeah.
as I'm trying to correct them.
Do not bother a dwarf when they're downtime.
I also have
spending.
another question. How do we? So I mean, we also.
And you
I
guys are officially level 21 now, by the way. Also.
Oh,
Nope.
cool.
Yeah,
All right, cool. I have another question. I was gonna say, so for example, I have a city, and that's that produces money, and it also costs money per year. Do I just quote pay that as normal, or is there something or is it like I can't because we're here in this dimension?
In terms of things, all the downtime that you spent now, you can just pay as normal and then add as normal, and we'll just hand wave how you got the money.
Oh, okay, how it got? Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha. Cool. Because
Is
that
there
was gonna
enough
be my
time
other
then
question.
to get my armor fixed?
Yeah, has plenty of
Okay.
time. Let's see.
Well, I like.
Let's see. I also have to add obsidian ignite to it.
So for everyone else, I did write down. So it comes out to 2 years, 2 months, and 24 days of downtime. If you already have downtime to mark, that's what it is. Additionally,
Okay, no.
Right,
Also,
added
Canalka once
that.
again.
I'll turn off the stream.